Hello and welcome to another Happy Pod, the show which is back for good.
Stop saying this whenever we're in our hiatus.
Lauren,
years.
shut the fuck up and tell us all what this silly little show that is back for good is all about.
No. Oh, God's sake. Right, Nathan, this is the show where we get together to discuss something in the realm of pop culture. It could be a movie, it could be a telly show, it could be a video game, but the main thing is that we do so without any of the toxic discourse that is oh so prevalent. We're in our hiatus era, Nathan. We're back. This is twice in a month now?
Twice in a... No, I think it was last month.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Because it was maybe... I was a week after the last Still Got Rex, wasn't it? So...
I was, yeah.
Yeah, so it'd have been towards the end of June or whatever.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And you may be like, what's Still Got Rex? Well, thanks for asking, guys.
Give us £5 and you can find out.
And then, I tell you what, go find out yourself for a £5.
Yeah. If you want to find out, go to stillgotlegs.com. Oh, wait, no. Go to patreon.com/stillgotlegs or anotherhappystudios.com/Patreon.
Yeah.
They'll both get you where you need to go. All right?
Yeah.
That place being our bank account where you can put in fucking £5.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you get access to a whole back catalogue of stuff. There's so much stuff there.
There's actually quite a lot now, yeah.
Quite a lot of bonus hours of shit. So
especially with Doctor Who.
You should probably wait a year and then pay £5 and then just cancel. And then you get everything for £5.
Nathan, what are you doing?
I don't know, I'm being silly.
Don't tell them this.
Being silly.
You should do it now. And you can't download any of it. You have to keep paying for it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, because we'll delete it. All right, we'll
delete it from your phones.
Yeah,
we'll sneak in like that U2 album did all those years ago, and we'll delete everything.
Fucking Tim Apple, what's he doing?
Nathan, we're back. We're here. It's not Andor season 2. We just couldn't shut our traps about Superman, so we're on mics.
We had to yap about Superman. All right, we had to huff that hopium. And
we said we'd be back here for Superman.
We did say we'd be back for Superman, and much like a promise, we kept it. I don't know.
I don't know what you were doing with that.
Me neither. So I guess we're now a monthly podcast.
No, stop trying to be back, right? We're just in our hiatus years. There's no rules.
I don't know. Maybe
Stop it. Stop doing it, especially because we might be doing some.
But also, we might be doing Fantastic Four. Are you not going to see Fantastic Four?
I am. I got opening day tickets.
You're not going to that, brother.
No, come on, man. I'll be honest. I'm less interested than I am about Superman, and I made it there. So we'll see, won't we? We'll see.
But you'll see Fantastic. You want to see Mark Gatiss on the big screen?
I did no. I don't know about that.
You want to see him be like fucking Ed Sullivan or whatever?
No, I want to see Pedro Pascal because Lord knows there's not enough movies with Pedro Pascal in them right now.
I feel like they're tide shifting on Pedro Pascal. I feel like everyone's been a bit
sick of him.
Yeah.
I like him. I think he's nice.
Mate, yeah, I like him. He's a nice dude.
I think he's a cool guy and he stands up for cool things.
He does. So, he does.
Yeah, good on him. And everyone's like, it's weird that he has anxiety and like...
That's what I'm seeing, yeah. I'm seeing is he pretending to have anxiety so he can touch fucking Vanessa Kirby's bum or whatever?
Probably not. He got paid to kiss her in a film.
Yeah, and also, I'm 95% sure he's gay, okay?
How do you reckon?
100%, yeah. I am almost certain that dude is gay. Okay?
There's a suspicious lack of the ladies in his life, isn't there?
It's just, look, I'm pretty sure he's gay. Anyway, Lawrence, we are here.
We've somehow not discussed Superman privately.
I know that's crazy, but before we do that, don't you have a question to ask me?
Well, do you want to do it? Because I cut out the last question because we'd never answered it.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, I don't have do I have the thing?
You should have it somewhere, yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I don't have a question, but I do have this. Another happy question.
If you don't have a question, then what are you doing?
We're just seeing how it goes.
It's your question, though.
I know. We're seeing what comes of it, though.
All right, here we go.
Nathan, what we do at this point in the show, when we do the show in our hiatus years, is we ask each other a little question, right? It could be pertaining to the thing that we are talking about. It usually is. And then we answer it at the end of the episode because it's an engagement tool. I don't know. Does it work?
Maybe.
Is that the cyberpunk meme?
No.
What was that?
It's this.
This is my quote. Nathan, are you a punk rocker?
There's
a very obvious answer, so
that's
do it.
Stupid.
I don't know. All right. I'll tell you what. Here is my actual question.
Great.
Okay. lot of talk, lot of speculation around the casting of a certain other tentpole superhero for James Gunn's DC universe, right?
Can you just say which one? Can you, instead of just pussyfooting around it?
I'm not pussyfooting. I'm building up to it. Come on, man. You've fucking crushed the tension there. Right? You stepped on it.
But it sounded like you just wasn't going to say who.
I'm going to say you're just not patient enough. You got to wait more than 5 seconds. Right. I can't even remember what I said now, Nathan. Right. Fuck you. Who do you want to be the DC Batman? Who would you cast? Who's your ideal choice?
Oh, okay.
You got to stew on that. You got to think about it while you also have to think about the talking to me.
I've already got my answer. But
okay. All right. Dan. We'll see. I still want to talk about Batman in this. So I still want to have a conversation about it because.
Do you want to talk about Batman or do you want to talk about the Batman?
I want to talk about the Batman.
Not me. Kill it.
What? Somehow the forces have aligned and we may be in the same part. Anyway, let's get there. All right. Nathan, it's Superman time, baby. What did you think of this movie?
Shit slaps.
Shit slaps, right?
Shit
it's good.
Slaps. This is, look, this is exactly what I fucking wanted a Superman movie to be. Okay, I've said it I can't fucking remember how many times I've said. I go on a rant sometimes about, what if we made Superman evil? What if Superman was mean? What if he was not? What if he was nice? All right. That I've always said that. What if Superman was nice? And fucking hell, it took us this long. It took us from like 1970 whatever to fucking 2025 to get a movie where he's nice again. Okay, insane. Okay.
If you recall, when I came out of the cinema, I called you, and it was a weird phone call because I wanted to talk to you about Superman, but then realized I can't really say anything because you wouldn't appreciate it.
And I hadn't seen the movie at this point.
No, you were like a day away from seeing it or something.
Yes, yeah.
Right. But the thing I wanted to say, remember, if you recall, Nathan, I did say I would love to just tell you one sentence that will tell you everything you need to know.
Okay.
Right. And I refrained from saying the sentence, and I'm so glad because it's the first thing out your mouth. I was going to say to you, that is the movie you've been wanting.
Well, I'm glad you didn't say that because I would have been kind of pissed off with you if you did say that. Okay?
And imagine if it wasn't the movie.
And that's why it was a strange phone call because you called me up to say something which you couldn't say, and then we just awkwardly stayed on the phone for like 10 minutes.
This is why we needed to yap. This is why we're now here doing this.
Yeah,
man, this is a fucking great movie, man. I am.
What a picture.
What a picture, man! This one of them. I had a fucking absolute blast in the cinema with this, right? And it's a Superman that is like relevant, incredibly relevant, and we'll talk about that. To like the culture and our current society, and like it just ushers in the concept of a nice man doing nice things. It's James Gunn is the ideal choice for this because he's a man that is really not afraid of the absurdity and stupidity of comic books, and he leans into it full tilt. And I just think this is a movie that even I've seen some people's criticisms of it and stuff, and that's fine. But it's a movie that unapologetically is what it is. And it's not terrified that it's a superhero movie, and it's just so proud of that fact.
It's exactly what the movie should be, really.
Yeah,
It's exactly what a Superman movie should be, which includes, at times, a little bit cringe. Because
absolutely.
A Superman movie should be. It's a guy wearing his pants on the outside of his costume, for fuck's sake, all right?
Yeah.
He should be a little bit cringe and silly.
That's where they went wrong with Henry Cavill, because he didn't wear his pants on the outside. So therefore, whenever he said something cringe, everyone was like, what's this?
That's where they went wrong, yeah.
It wasn't any of the other
not all the other stuff, yeah.
I will say, just before we jump into our conversation, I did want to shout out quickly to another podcast that is on our very own network, Nathan.
I believe this is the Talking Pictures podcast. I'll beat you to it.
Oh, okay. Well, then you talk about it. Go on.
I haven't listened to it.
Exactly. No, what I just wanted to say, because I know that this is coming out after their thing, right? Yes. So I don't want to take away their. They have a candle on pop culture while we're in our hiatus years.
Yeah, we just show up. You know?
Yeah, we just show up every now and again, but we're talking about the same thing.
We just show up like 2 weeks late after a drink, like Supergirl, just crashing through the wall. Like, hey, let's talk about this shit, you know?
Where's my microphone, bitch?
Where's my fucking microphone?
But they did a little Superman review, Brian and David, great boys.
Beautiful boys.
It's really, really good listening, man. It's a great show. Genuinely, everyone should check it out. If you have another Happy Pod-sized hole in your life, they are like they are the antidote. They are. So we've had them on this show. We've been on theirs. They're great lads. But their Superman review was actually like genuinely really insightful. They go into a lot of like more actual opinions other than me and Nathan just been like, that was cool, wasn't it? It was good. I've grown to really, really trust and value their opinions, and hopefully a lot of the times I think they're pretty much one-to-one with mine, except for that random time that Brian was like, the ending of Game of Thrones is good, actually. He was wrong
crazy.
on that.
That was wild. That was absolutely wild. But yeah, fair play. I appreciate a man sticking to his guns. You know?
Yeah, Brian just had that out there for the sheer love of the game.
And I respect it. I respect it 100%. Yeah, I mean, great podcast. There's a reason we invited them to be on this network. Beautiful boys with a dream.
To join our equally great podcast.
Yes,
the reason.
exactly. Yes.
No, genuinely go and listen to their Superman thoughts. Is a great episode. They're way fucking hotter on the press than we are. They're very much so like they're like a maximum a week after a new release, and we stumble through. Maybe we don't even do it. So
most times we won't.
Yeah. But right, Nathan, let's get into it. Where do you want to start with Big Soups?
I'd love to start where all things start, at the end.
All right, go. What does that mean?
No, I want to start at the beginning. Obviously, no origin. Fuck you. He's here. All right.
Yes.
Great. Yeah. Love it. I love that opening crawl. I love the rule of 3 in that opening crawl. What is it like? Fucking. It's been 300 years since metahumans appeared on Earth.
30 decades since Clark
30
landed.
decades since Clark landed on Earth. Oh, full spoilers, by the way.
I'm sorry.
30 years since Clark landed. 3 years since he announced himself as Superman.
Yeah.
For 3 blah blah blah, and then
3 hours since some guy started beef in a country.
Yeah, and 3 minutes since Superman lost his first fight or something like that.
Mate, when I saw Lost that fight.
Yes.
Yeah, I leant forward in my chair like the locking in meme. So ready.
It's also really interesting how, like, a lot of the material we see in the trailers and stuff is kind of like the opening of the movie, really. Like
James Gunn did this. He did this in Guardians 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had there was a massive thing, and I think sometimes James Gunn's very clever with marketing. Like, he's been chosen as the CEO for like building a whole fucking brand from the inside, like for a reason, because he's a good filmmaker and he's also a great he's got a presence.
Yes,
right?
he does,
Some even argue that James Gunn might be terminally too online.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, because he's often in people are like, is this true? And he's like, no, and kill yourself. Right.
I respect that, though. I like that he just fucking puts things down straight away. Like, just
he does, but some people enjoy speculating. And he just immediately go, no, this person's playing this, and you're like, oh, okay, cool.
But I like that. I'm good. I'd rather that. Because speculating pisses me off sometimes. I'll be honest.
No, but privately speculating, he shoots down the leakers.
But if
which
people
I really
are
appreciate.
but if people are asking him, then then
they're just ruining it for everyone else. Yeah.
Well, come on.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. But no, James Gunn, he did this with Guardians 2. He like that big fucking battle with Guardians 2 at the beginning where they play Mr. Blue Sky over it.
Oh, yes. And you don't really see the battle. It's just the baby dancing or whatever.
Yeah, basically, yeah. A lot of the stuff around that, like the 5 minutes either side of that, was pretty much all of the promotional material for Guardians 2. And then like when everyone was super hyped, he put out a tweet being like, by the way, pretty much every shot from the trailer is the first 15 minutes and that alone. And everyone was like, oh my God, and went to see it.
That's very cool. Very cool.
Very, very cool. Yeah, man, no origin. Fuck yourselves.
No origin. Don't need it. We all know Superman's origin. And if you don't, look it up.
Yeah, and also like they say some stuff happens later on, some certain reveals happen later on that like would have made it a disorientating weird origin if we did get it.
Yeah, that's true. And we don't need fucking half an hour on Krypton to be see just a bunch of nerds be like, and Krypton it's burning, Krypton
I'm
is
Russell
going.
Crowe and you should go forth, son.
We must send this little boy to Earth so he can be better or whatever and all that shit, man. And then
it's boring.
Boring. We don't need it.
There's a reason Superman blew. Well, Superman didn't do it, but there's a reason the property of Superman blew Krypton up, right? Because it's boring. It's the least interesting aspect of Superman.
It's the most interesting aspect of the Man of Steel movie.
Yeah, that's actually true. Oh god, what a damning concept.
I would rather watch a whole movie about fucking Krypton than that fucking piece of shit.
Like they've actually got layered politics and it's interesting and like there's infighting and oh god.
I think it's genuinely the only part of the movie that I like. The rest is
really
dog shit.
I don't know if it's the part that the only part that I like, but it is certainly the part that's the most abrasive. It's an extremely aggressive opening to a movie.
It is, yeah.
Hold on to your butts, as Sam Jackson once said.
Hold on to your butts.
But yeah, man, so they did away with the opening of this, right? And I think it kind of lends credence to one of my favorite things about the movie, which is just immediately like, this is the world, fuck you. It's like this. And people are fine with it, and people accept it. There's a dimensional imp. No one's worried about it. It's another day.
There's fucking there's Green Lanterns, there's Hawk Girls, there's a Robot Man, and all this kind of stuff. Like, the superheroes are here. The Justice, there's been some form of Justice League, Justice Gang, whatever the fuck they're called, around for a while because they have that big their Hall of Justice, and they have like a mural indicating that there's maybe been past versions of them and stuff. So I don't know how long that's been going on, but they say metahumans have been around for 300 years. So clearly the world is used to this, clearly, you know?
Yeah, which is a choice I think is really, like, what does that do for you, given that you've wanted them to usher in a sillier world, like a more kind of wackier comic book world?
I think for the most part it's good. Traditionally, the idea is that Superman's the first superhero, okay?
Yeah.
And he's the one who inspires all the others. I think the good thing about this movie is that still happens, albeit in a different way. He's not necessarily the first, but he is the one to inspire hope and people to do the right thing, which is what like Superman should do. I think it's good that it's just an unapologetic comic book world, which is what I always want from these things. Stop
being scared of your own existence.
Don't be scared to embrace the silly stuff, because the silly stuff is why we're here in the first place. That's why we got here, you know?
Yeah, the reason that these are popular as a genre is because millions of people liked reading them and wanted to see them, and there's an inherent audience that want to see that stuff.
I've started rewatching Arrow at the moment because I told you to watch it and then you didn't, like a dickhead. So I just watched it instead. Okay. So now I'm like halfway through season 1, and there was literally just a scene. And to be fair, Arrow does fix this issue, but in the first season they were still very much afraid of truly embracing the actual comic book stuff. But there's literally a scene where where they're discussing, he's only known as quote unquote the vigilante at this point to the general public, and they're talking about how he maybe should have a new nickname, and one of the characters literally says to Oliver Queen, who is the vigilante, but they don't know that, they say, "What do you think about Green Arrow?" which is his actual name in the comic books, and he goes, "Nah, that's lame." And then they just move on. Okay. Yeah.
What are we doing if you can't even... and you call the show Arrow? Like, come on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah, no, that kind of shit, like, we're past it, right? I'd hoped we're
so past it. Yeah, we're like... If you can't lean into it, then why even bother, really?
Yeah.
You
what
know?
are you doing? You're not above this. You're making it.
It's similar to like it's just going back to the early X-Men days problem. Like, it's the X-Men, but they're all in black leather jumpsuits and all this kind of stuff, because again, we're scared to truly embrace.
It's not lame enough to make the movie, but it certainly is lame to do everything about the movie.
Exactly.
It's a weird position for them to hold.
Can you imagine if there hadn't been... I mean, fucking hell, I say this, but then this is exactly what happened with Smallville, isn't it?
Yeah,
I was going to say, can you imagine if there hadn't been like a Superman movie in the 70s and they first did one in the early 2000s? Like, what would that have been like? Would he'd have been wearing like a black leather thing with like an S on it or something, you know?
Oh, Lord, yeah.
But then again, that's like basically Smallville. Smallville was 10 seasons of Tom Welling just running around in like a red jacket with a blue top underneath.
Well, there was the last 5 minutes.
There was the last 5 minutes, yeah. Where he put on...
that was largely the point of Smallville. So they never set out to do it. But yes, the reason they didn't set out to do it was because they were terrified of being taken the piss out of.
But it's stupid though, isn't it? If you're going to do a show about Superman, then do fucking Superman. You know?
Yeah, which is why I think James Gunn is the perfect fit for this. Because he's really unafraid to just lean in full tilt.
Yeah.
Mate, let's talk about the man himself and the casting in general. What do you make of everyone?
Really good casting. So I wasn't really familiar with David Corenswet before this. I don't know if I'd seen anything with him in previously. Would I have?
I don't think so. There's the only thing I've heard he's in is a horror movie called Pearl, which I haven't seen.
I haven't seen it. Don't know.
So I know that he's been. I only found this out recently, like after watching the movie. He's been like fucking Tumblr's #1 fanboy for Superman. Like he's been like, yeah, the world has been crying for this man to be cast as Superman for the last 5 years. I had no idea.
Oh, he was in Twisters. I've seen Twisters.
Oh, he's in Twisters. Yeah, you have seen. I haven't seen Twisters. I've edited a video on Twisters.
Who was he in Twisters?
He's like the guy. He's like the rich guy that's like, I'm an asshole.
No, that could have been like any one of 7 characters in
Twisters. Okay, are they all assholes?
I don't know. All I remember is Glenn Powell or Glenn Hope, maybe.
Glenn Powell, yeah.
The girl, and then Usnavi.
Usnavi. Oh, yeah.
Anthony Ramos.
US Navy, he's in it.
Yeah, Anthony Ramos.
But what do you make of him, David Corenswet?
Great. Genuinely fucking incredible. Really stand out. Well, one of the standouts in the movie. I think he absolutely fucking nailed Clark. I really... The scene which you, and I think both of them really shine, is the interview scene between Lois and Clark, where like I like that he gets frustrated. Like he does he does lose his temper and get frustrated when like people just can't seem to grasp onto the way that he thinks about stuff. Like that whole interview scene is just like, I was trying to fucking save someone, okay? Like, I wasn't thinking about the geopolitics. I wasn't thinking about what happens if I cross this imaginary line on a map, okay? People were gonna fucking die. So I had to step in and make sure that didn't happen. And it's such a good scene. I think he's fucking so good in that. And even like the subtle ways he goes between Clark and Superman, I think is quite good as well. He's got like a bit of a different cadence to his voice between the two characters.
There's a specific moment, and it's in the trailer, right? So this is, I mean, I don't care, it's spoiling anything. We can spoil everything, but like there is a specific moment where like she says to him like, "Hey, Superman," and he leans forward, and just the way his voice deepens slightly, he goes, "Miss Lane," and I'm like, "Oh, that's just the guy!" Like it's it's a fucking phenomenal performance. That scene specifically, like walking out of the cinema, I genuinely thought to myself, I think James Gunn might have wrote that scene first.
Oh, really? And what, the interview scene?
Yeah, I think so, because there was a lot of, when he announced that he was doing a Superman movie, he said, "I'm writing it. I'm not directing it. I'm not." Oh, really? Guy. Yeah. Okay. He was just the writer at first. He went, "I'm writing it. I'm not directing it. I'm not that guy." And then, like a couple months later, he was like, "So I was thinking about it, and I'm gonna fucking direct this shit out of this."
Yeah, which was always gonna be the case.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, and he was like, "We're delaying Peacemaker 2 so that I can do this," and everyone was like, "That's fine. We're fine with that." I like Peacemaker, but I wanted him to do a Superman movie more.
Pretty funny Peacemaker cameo in this movie.
It's a great one, yeah. Just like out of the blue, absurd. But this scene specifically has the vibes of like, if you can nail this dynamic, you've got the movie.
100%. It's yeah.
It's a deep scene about interesting stuff.
No, I was gonna say it's the most important dynamic in the movie, and then I was thinking about Lex as well. But I think it's even more important than Lex and Clark, or Lex and Superman. I think
Lex is more at the forefront, but you've got to nail Lois.
You've got to nail Lois and Clark, and I think they do. I think they have great chemistry. I like the fact that, again, we're not like seeing them stumble about, fall in love, and all this. It's 3 months into their relationship. Again, rule of 3. It's 3 months into their relationship. We're not seeing them bumble about. We're not seeing Lois figure out that she's not jumping off a fucking building or any of that dumb shit. You know,
there's a fake out, and I was so relieved.
Oh, well, there's a moment where, like, stuff.
Yeah, there is a bit. Everyone that's seen it will know there's a bit where Lois is like, she's giving him the eye a little bit, like, "You're getting a lot of interviews with Superman," and he's like, "Well, I can't help it." Blah, blah, I'm just,
it is very funny that he's interviewing himself. By the way, that's
so funny.
There's clearly some kind of like journalistic like integrity line being overstepped,
obliterated,
but still very funny.
And it's good that he's like prepped himself for it. Like that, he's such a. This is what I like about Clark in this this movie. He's a dork.
Yeah,
right?
he
like,
is. Yeah.
Superman doesn't have time for selfies, and it's like and then Lois is even like, you're spending all this time thinking about bylines, which are terrible, by the way. And he's like genuinely wounded by that a little bit.
I love that he gets genuinely upset. Was it hashtag super shit or whatever? That one genuinely.
That one bothers me.
Which is quite funny.
Super shit.
And then also the reveal that that's just written by a bunch of monkeys.
There's a fun meta concept to this movie that is a large. James Gunn clearly had some things. I think
there's a lot of Elon in Luthor. Yeah,
there's a lot of Elon in Luthor. There is a lot of Superman is cancelled by the world. My oh my! I wonder if James Gunn went through something similar.
Oh, I see what you say. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
But no, we'll get to all of that stuff, right? But like, Lois and Clark, right? It's an amazing dynamic. I like that the Clark's journey. He's actually somewhat of a static protagonist through this, because he's the immovable Superman. Like he has an unshakable moral compass and should always have that. And
not so that unmovable though, really. Like,
well, no, he has the core
beat
belief.
The fuck up.
Yeah, he does. He gets. I think he's got core beliefs that he's keen to exercise, and the world around him is like, no.
Yeah.
And his journey is more about convincing the public that he's a force for good, as opposed to a tool to be weaponized by a military or a country or a flag. Like, he represents hope, not an agenda.
Do you know the exact moment where I was like, this is the exact movie I wanted, and this is exactly what I wanted the movie to be, and this is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. Do you know the exact moment where I had that realization?
Go on.
It was where Superman saved a fucking squirrel.
Oh, man, shit.
He stopped to save a fucking squirrel in the middle of a fight with a big fucking kaiju. Okay? Are you kidding me?
He's like genuinely fucking pissed off as well, because like, was it the Justice Gang? Is that what they called themselves?
Justice Gang, yeah.
Yeah, they came down and like they were immediately like, let's blow this cunt to fucking Kingdom Come.
Yes.
Right? And he was like, no, I don't want you to kill him. Like, because we could learn stuff from him, and also like, just don't kill him. But then like, they're being reckless and they're being careless. And
Guy Gardner's like, stop being a wimp. Come on, we're just gonna fucking deal with it. You know?
He's like, oh, this bitch Superman cares about people dying. Like, what a moron. Like, as if we're not going to be able to do this without casualties. Like, And Superman's like, no. And I saw a really interesting fucking take on the internet, as often takes are. And it was someone being like, this version of it was a Snyder fucking knobhead, and they were like, this Clark is such a wimp. He's like, people could be dying, and he's stopping to save a squirrel. What a fucking pussy or whatever, right? And someone underneath immediately was like, or do you think that he might be done with the people, and this Superman is so effective at saving lives, and it's so his core priority, that he's done with the people, and now he's like, what other lives are there? A squirrel.
Also, your Superman obliterated half of Metropolis by himself.
Yeah, okay. And then stood in a building where people were getting bombed and was like, guess I'll look about for a bit before doing anything.
Exactly.
Fuck off. Oh, man, I'm done with him, man. I really enjoy that this has been the Superman cultural moment that 2013, I'd imagine, was for them. But, like, not to this effect. I think everyone's just so refreshed by a Superman that wants to fucking be a force for good and isn't the 100%. Most miserable man you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, 100%. It's just, that shit's not needed today.
No. But no, the rest of the casting, right? Or like, let's talk about the core three and we can dip into the rest of them. But
David Corenswet, great. Did you hear his James Bond thing?
Oh, his Casino Royale take. Yeah.
Incredible, right?
It's so good.
Fucking incredible. I saw the fucking video earlier, and he went on like a whole 10-minute fucking run about it. But like, if you haven't seen it, he was on fucking some TikTokers podcast or some shit. And he was talking about like the opening scene of Casino Royale and the double kill rule, basically, and how like
You need to kill 2 people to get a 000 license.
Yeah, but he basically got his double kill twice from the same person, and it's just so. I've never thought about that before. Never once thought about that. And just watching him talk about it, I was like, "Fucking hell, this dude's good, man. This is
why I really appreciate David Corn Sweat in interviews, because he's quite green to the industry. He's been in a couple of big movies, but you can tell that he's not quite been media trained to fuck. I think he's early 30s. Which makes me feel horrendous about myself.
I'm early 30s. Okay. Oh, he's 32. He's born the same year as me.
Oh, God.
He is older than me, but he's born the same year as me. That he would have been the year above me at school. That is upsetting.
My God. But yeah, no, the thing that people don't realize about him, and I think
Also,
people are starting to know.
He's gotten big. He buffed up for this role, surely, because all the pictures of him on Google, he's quite skinny. Like,
he massively fucking hit the gym for this.
Yeah.
Like, how could you not?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. But then the thing about him that I think people are starting to appreciate, and I'm starting to appreciate because I had no idea who the fuck he was before Superman, is that he's a fucking real one, man. He's really about movies. Like, he's really big into and not in a performative way that I think Glenn Powell can sometimes be. Right, he's a guy that will derail every single thought in any interview to be like, I actually don't agree with that, and here's what I think is more interesting.
I feel like people keep trying to force Glenn Powell on me. I'm like, I'm not interested in Glenn Powell. Keep him away from me.
He's a good guy, but there is. People are obsessed with him being the next big thing, and I'm like, I'll decide who I think the next big thing is.
I'll decide who my next big thing is, all right? I don't need Glenn Powell being forced on me, all right?
That being said, good on you, Pedro Pascal.
I decided on Pedro Pascal. I was
That's
happy
true,
with that.
You made a choice.
I was happy to take that on board, okay?
What do you think of Rachel Brosnahan?
Rachel Brosnahan.
Yeah.
Great. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good. I like her Lois a lot. I like that she has stuff to do in this movie.
She's a character.
She's a character in and of herself. She seems fully formed. She seems there are some other female characters who I think don't necessarily get some of the most fleshed out roles in the movie, I guess. But Lois, no issues. I think she's great. She does a really good job.
That's an interesting point, because it's something that I wasn't expecting from James Gunn, because James Gunn is literally known as the man that thrives with an ensemble cast.
Yes,
right? The Guardians movies, the Suicide Squad, even.
Yes,
right? And even though so many of those characters are fucking dispensable nobodies, he still creates a real sense of familial fucking relationship between them all.
I think that's familial being the right word. I think the thing that James Gunn does well is family, found family, that kind of stuff, and he even managed to do that in this movie, in a sense, which is great. Yeah. I think
it is great. I will say, that I do have I think some people get tossed a bit to the wayside, but they're still inexplicably named and there.
I would have really liked more with Jimmy and Clark. I would have loved some more Jimmy and Clark interplay, because they're boys, you know.
What you get is great, but it's one scene.
It's one scene, yeah. Jimmy Olsen had a whole comic run where it was Jimmy Olsen, Superman's best friend. Okay,
is this when there was always a gorilla holding him?
He's getting married to a gorilla or some shit. There's all kinds of shit going on. He always gets himself in insane hijinks. But he's Superman's best friend. Okay, they're supposed to be and they are. It's just really not focused on that much in the movie. I would have really loved to seen more between the two of them. Not really the focus of the movie, but it's just something I would have personally.
One of those conversations or something where Clark's feeling down about stuff, and maybe he can't express entirely why, but it would have been interesting, because there is a great moment where he walks back into the Daily Planet. I think it's one of the first scenes in the movie. Clark walks into the Daily Planet, and they have their own little high five.
And
but that's just kind of never touched on again in the film. It's kind of, this is my one criticism of the movie. James Gunn casts a brush over certain dynamics and just goes, you get it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I get it, but show me it as well.
Perry White doesn't have much to do.
Perry White. What you get of Myron Park Kent, phenomenal.
Yeah.
One scene in the movie though.
Yeah, I would have liked more Myron Park Kent. I do love the scene where they call him and like she's on FaceTime.
Everyone has seen someone do this on FaceTime, yeah.
How does the phone work? It was great. It was very fun.
I thought there might be a little bit more with them because there's a section where it kind of like at some point someone says like go back home and he like kind of shrugs it off, and then also Mark Kent at one point is like, it's been a while, it's been a minute since we've seen you, and I thought like, is he avoiding home?
Yeah.
And then he kind of just goes back there and everything's like, hey guys. And I was like, oh, I thought there might have been a reason they were held at arm's length. I thought that might have been a bit more relevant, but
yeah, I definitely would have liked more Myron Park Kent, but the again, it's kind of like really two scenes. One's just a little phone call, and then the other is like the main scene sort of with them. Yeah. I do love that main scene. I think it's very beautiful, really.
Yeah. I think if your criticisms with a movie as well are, I wanted more of the good thing you did.
Exactly. Like
you can't critique it too hard.
Yeah. Because you could be the opposite, Rue, and you could choose to have Park Kent kill himself in the most insane, stupid reason possible. Yeah. Like,
and Superman's like, hey, a bus full of children, and he's like, should have killed him.
You should have killed them.
To be honest, they weren't dying quick enough.
Jonathan Kent in that universe would have been like, your dad wanted you to fucking rule over this world and take a harem. Yeah, should have done it. Should have done it.
It sounds like a cool idea.
Insane. Anyway, look, I would have loved more Myron Park Kent, but again, it's better to want more than to have been left like
by the wayside without anything, like
or too much of it, you know.
Yeah,
like,
that's true. Yeah. That is true. Yeah, leave me wanting more. Don't just force presence on me to be like every character gets a fucking amazing scene, and it's like that's too much. It's too many characters.
Why was that guy from SNL there?
Who's the guy? What is this, Lombard?
I don't know. Maybe
is that the guy from SNL? Is he like? Does he work in the Planet?
It works in the Planet, and at the end they're all getting the terrific spaceship or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, you come too, guy from SNL."
That's he was he like the sports writer that's like giving Clark shit about his article being bad.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that's Steve Lombard. He's a comic character. I don't fucking know who he is, but
I don't really know him.
Yeah, he's a this is again my biggest issue with the whole movie is that James Gunn goes names and faces, and
Cat Grant is there. But
she's
like,
there,
she
but
has
again,
nothing to do.
Yeah, it's a little bit like.
And Cat Grant's most famous for Supergirl these days as well, though.
Cat Grant, really? Okay.
Yeah, Cat Grant is like the Supergirl TV show, kind of like reinvented her, and she's basically Supergirl's Perry White in Supergirl.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
Played brilliantly by Callista Flockhart. Harrison Ford's wife. But
cool. That's cool.
Yeah, Ally McBeal, I think.
Oh, Ally McBeal. Okay, I know Ally McBeal.
Yeah.
With that weird baby dancing scene.
With that weird CGI baby. Yeah.
Yeah, I think...
Callista Flockhart. Yeah.
Before we move on from casting, right, Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah, big bald head.
Big bald head. Fat melon on him.
Big bald head, yeah. Just like
with an absurd... Nay, come on. No, he's got a much better bald head than I have and will ever have.
Yeah, sure.
Nick Holt's a man that can just rock any look. It's ridiculous. What do you make of him as Lex?
I think he was great. He's fundamentally such a fucking hater. Like he fucking hates this cunt so much. Like, and like that's what you want from a Lex Luthor, like someone who's just like he's so annoyed and he's so like angry about how inferior he is to Superman, so he has to make up for it in other ways and feel and so he can feel big and everything like that. Like it's so he fucking nails just the extreme like way that he fucking hates this dude. I love it. Yeah, he does a good job, I think.
Apologetic villains, get out of here with that. That was cool 10 years ago when it was new and interesting, and now it's boring. I want to see just pure fucking haters again.
Yeah, really, that fucking scene in the little pocket universe where he just straight up shoots that guy caught me so off guard. I was like
gobsmacked.
I was too. I was like, this won't happen, surely not. Yeah. But then point blank shot in the head. Done.
I didn't even think to myself it wouldn't happen because I'm so subconsciously aware that like the gun would jam that he would survive it somehow. Clark would break out.
Clark will
Something would
laser vision
happen.
through the glass. Some shit will happen.
Yeah, or the worst thing that could possibly happen is Lex receives a phone call and goes, "Well, we'll have to do this later."
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and I was gobsmacked when it actually happened, and it
on the second go as well.
Yeah,
like the second they're playing Russian roulette, and it's the second fucking round. Yeah.
And talk about like the performance of that. Like that's Lex Luthor was already brilliant, but like that sold me on him. Nicholas Hoult was phenomenal in this. I think. Look, I love it. It's impossible not to love Superman because it's an accurate portrayal of the character. But I think Nick Hoult steals the movie. I think he's the best casting in the movie. Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah,
not for me. I'm gonna say David Cornsworth for me.
Yeah, he's your boy.
He's my boy Soups.
Your boy Twisters, David Twisters.
David Twisters. I love him in that movie Twisters, which I knew he was in.
Yeah. And David Pearl as well. You like that one too?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what you're talking about.
I tell you what I like about Lex.
Yeah.
And this is kind of an interesting facet about the whole movie.
Do you like his unbothered attitude when Superman just storms into his office and like, where's the fucking dog?
I love that. I love that so fucking much, dude.
Yeah.
It's so...
Me at a party when there's a dog.
Burst through the door.
Where's the dog?
The thing I love the most about Lex is that he's not really like he is the villain because he's manipulating everyone and he's the mastermind behind a bunch.
If you're gonna say he's not the villain, I've got some bad news.
No. He
100% is,
but he's not necessarily a big physical. Because how could he be? He can't be a big physical threat against Superman.
But that's the whole thing about Lex, though. That's the point. He has to be villainous. He uses his fucking puny brain and other stuff and his money to fight Superman. And sometimes he'll make a big power suit and get in it and fight him.
Oh, will he do that often?
He'll do that sometimes, yeah.
Oh, David, talking pictures, David was even saying that. He was like, we're going to see it. We're going to see it.
We'll see him in the big power suit eventually.
There is nothing off the table anymore.
Yeah. There's no way. If James Gunn is doing it, there's no way we won't see it. Yeah. Like,
but I just think that this is a movie that's essentially about a fucking right-wing billionaire systematically tearing a man down through the spreading of mass misinformation.
Yes.
What a timely fucking subject matter to bring up.
All because he's just essentially threatened by him, and not threatened in a he's scary and he can punch me way. In a I feel physically inferior to him kind of way. I'm less of a man. Yes, exactly.
Which is such a pathetic.
So pathetic. Yeah.
And I think the scene that really sold it on me is when he's so he's so fucking chuffed over the phone. Every single phone call they have, which is a few, right? Yeah. To be like, I don't like you. I want you to die. I did all this stuff. I'm going to kill your fucking friends. I'm going to kill your mum when I find out who you are and all of this stuff, right? Going on and on and on. And then the final showdown, when Superman's flying towards the window, he runs like a bitch.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
It's so funny.
It really is. Yeah.
He bursts into tears like he's physically shaking and tearing up because he's lost and he has nothing to do.
Because he's that much of a little bitch, man.
Yeah. He just can't fathom a world where he didn't get what he wanted.
Yeah, which is great.
Absolutely great. What do you want to talk about with this?
This movie is very much fuck Israel, which is pretty sick.
Yes,
I'd say it was very... I had heard that this movie is like very anti-Israel before I saw it. I was like, okay.
In a Hollywood way, I'm sure.
Sure, we'll see. Okay, and then I watched it, and I was like, "Holy fucking shit! It really is." So there's a nation called Bavaria, is it?
Bavaria, I think.
Bavaria, yeah. which has existed in the comics before. It's not a new invention for this movie. But
it is a fictional place.
But it is a fictional place, and in this movie, it's clearly Israel, and it's clearly in a conflict with Palestine, which the country's not named that, but it's clearly that's what's happening.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting how the movie unapologetically just paints this nation as committing a genocide against the other as well. Like it's in no way is it subtle, and it really fucking took me by surprise because I'm not expecting that kind of fucking that fucking sort of
It's a call out.
Political commentary from a movie these days, you know?
Yeah. No, yeah, I think so many movies have lost their fucking backbone.
Yeah.
Especially tentpole fucking summer blockbusters like this.
100%. Yeah.
And this is not typically the place. Like, fucking, we live in a world where the newest Captain America movie was terrified to call a president a bad person.
Yeah.
Like, that's the world we're living in terms of the state of political commentary in movies. And yeah, just I was floored by it. I was really, really pleasantly surprised by it. And I also think, like, fucking way to go on James Gunn.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
He is launching a brand. Like, make no mistake, right? The ugly side of movie making is that he's launching a franchise, and this had to do well. Like, they had to come out the gate swinging, otherwise every single person in the world would have gone like, it's more of this shit.
Yeah.
And he makes the primary conflict of the movie is about this real life genocide that people are fucking terrified to acknowledge in the media.
Yeah.
And it's a great fucking thing. There's a phenomenal sequence at the end of, like, the inspiring of the hope with
so good.
Yeah, with Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl showing up. Yeah, man. I was amazed to see it. I was very, very happy that they didn't shy away from it. And also it makes the conversation that Lois and Clark have more interesting, because the red tape that he's hand waving away is not getting involved in stopping this.
Yeah.
And she is saying, she's being, a much better reporter than he is being, by being like, do I know that that's what's going on for a fact? No. Do I think it? Yes, but there's no proof. I can't just say shit.
Yeah, she's very by the book in terms of, like,
journalistic
standards and that kind of stuff. But he's very caught up in, as
I don't care. It's
he should
right.
be. Yeah, exactly. It's people's lives at the end of the day. Like, I can't sit back and ignore that. You know?
Like, what are we doing talking about whether or not it's happening? I was there. I saw it happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's one of them.
Well,
things
where's your evidence? What's your source? Who's like, none of that fucking matters.
Yeah.
People were dying. You know.
This is why I think it's phenomenal writing, because that in a lesser writer's hands and a lesser director's hands could very, very easily characterize Lois as a bad person with lesser morals, and that's not the case, because she spends the rest of the movie trying to desperately do the right thing.
100%.
It just shows that what she is and has always been is a better reporter than Clark.
Yeah, and she is. Yeah, she absolutely is.
She's good at her job, and sometimes her job has limits that she's not going to cross because she's good at her fucking job.
Yeah, 100%.
I was happy to see that. I'll tell you something, right? That I kind of there was a part of me that was maybe a little bit, like, bummed to see. Is that there's some criticism that this film is maybe too optimistic in sense of, like,
kill yourself.
Yeah, no, I agree. But, like, I can see a point. I don't agree with it, but I can see the argument point from a more pessimistic person, right? That there's a Tucker Carlson fucking stand-in in this movie that interviews Lex a couple of times. And at the end of the movie, they're like, I can't believe that guy was a bad guy. They 180 on a right-wing talking point.
Yeah.
In this, literal superheroes show up to save kids in fucking Gaza. Right?
Yeah.
And there are people out there that have said, like, this is almost seems cruel because this will never happen. This will never happen. We frankly don't live in a world where it's possible for right-wingers to change their bias publicly, and superheroes aren't going to come out the sky and save children. And I'm curious to get your take on it, but my immediate rebuttal to it would be, have we not seen enough fucking pure grounded misery in real life?
Yeah. I mean,
I like that this, it calls for a better world.
Yeah, my immediate response to that is that not the point, though?
Yeah.
That, like, yeah, unfortunately, this may never happen, okay? But, like, Superman is fundamentally about hope, though. It's about inspiring in that hope. Like, even if it may not happen, it's still worth having the hope that it can, you know? I think.
Yeah.
The movie should not, like, end on a fucking dire, fucking horrible, depressing note just because, well, that's life, baby, you know?
Yeah. What a fundamentally boring fucking pessimistic view.
Yeah.
Like you say, it's about Superman inspires hope, and that hope is there. Guy Gardner shows up, like, for that amazing, oh, sorry guys, Superman's busy, but you got the upgrade.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can see it. There's moments where he's clearly touching them. Like, the fucking Hawkgirl comes out the shower and is, like, watching her TV. And she's very clearly like who's someone who didn't give a fuck earlier.
I will say, initially, I was a little bummed that it wasn't Superman himself who showed up. But then I was like, but that's kind of the point, though. It's it's the point that he's not able to do that. But the point is he's inspired others who, from what we've seen so far of them in the movie, have been so far kind of apathetic about the whole thing. They've been kind of, not my issue, you know? So, like, Guy Gardner has a great running joke where, like, anything he doesn't want to do is just like, oh, that's against the Green Lantern. Like,
my code prevents me.
My Green Lantern code prevents me from doing it that way. Just anything he doesn't want to do, you know?
I was in the same boat that you were in, right? Because in the cinema, watching the film, my immediate thought was like, oh, it's not Superman?
Yeah, yeah.
But then, the second you think about it for a second, firstly, it applies limits to a Superman that ends his arc by saying, I'm flawed, I'm a human being. There is nothing more human than trying and sometimes failing. Like, and that's exactly what this is. But the thing is, his light shines so bright that it inspires other people to act in his like, not service, act in his way, you know, to take on that sense of betterness that he should bring. And the thing that I really, really appreciate about this is that it's a movie where Superman has to rely on his mates.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's not, you know, if this was Henry Cavill, there would have been a big scene where he rewound time to do both, and he flew around the earth, and it was super fucking dramatic, and you got to go fast, Barry, you got to go fast, and you got to do it now, ding, ding. Like, I don't need, like, an all-powerful Superman, an infallible god is not interesting. Give me a guy that had to make a choice and just pray to fuck he'd inspired enough goodness for other people to solve the issue.
Yeah.
That's way more cool, I think.
It is way more cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to talk about the camera work in this. If you would be so kind as to let me.
All right. Well, let you is the key word, because I have literally nothing to say on the camera work. Okay.
I think you might do, because this is the same, to my knowledge, I think this is right. This is the same cinematographer as has worked on Guardians 3, The Suicide Squad, and also The Flash.
The movie or the TV show?
The movie.
Okay.
Which is famous for being very ugly of a movie. I think this is a great. Well, I'm sure you thought it to yourself, right? This has a weird visual identity to it. This feels different. There's a lot of CGI in this that feels a bit hokey and a bit different to what you're used to seeing. Would you agree?
Not really.
Do you not think so?
No. In what way? What do you mean?
Like there's the CGI in this. Like it's framed in a different way. Like this is a new style of flying on screen that I would say we only really saw with fucking who's Will Poulter in Guardians 3? What's that character called?
Adam.
Adam Warlock. Yeah,
Adam Warlock. Yeah.
But like it's like a weird shot of like, this is useful to no one but you, but like flying towards the camera like this, and then the camera like whips round and shows him like this. Like it's a weird, hokey, sometimes CGI.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like it sometimes feels odd.
I see what you're saying, but isn't that James Gunn's visual style though? Yeah. James Gunn's visual style is like odd a little bit. James Gunn's visual style is something just like, it's almost cartoonish in a sense. There is a cartoonish element to James Gunn's visual style, and my go-to example from that is the scene in Guardians 2, I believe, where Rocket and I think it's Michael Rooker's character. They're escaping the Ravagers thing, and it's the arrow sequence, and there's the song playing. But there's a scene like where it's like a wide shot of the hangar, and then the arrow like does a thing, goes across it, and the spaceship drops. Okay, and you just see the whole thing from the wide perspective, side on, to see the spaceship drop. Okay, but the way the spaceship drops, it's like you can see that like, weighted as it would be, it wouldn't drop like that. Okay, the whole thing is quite cartoonish in like the sense. It's almost kind of like fucking Looney Tunes holding up a sign saying "I'm in trouble, help," and then falls. You know?
Yeah.
It's a little bit like that. Like the weight of it is not quite right. I think that's just part of James Gunn's visual style, I would say.
I would say so too, and I think it works really well here. Like I think this is people are being really mean about this. People are saying that this is a really ugly looking movie.
It's not ugly at all.
No, I think it's visually colorful and striking and interesting, and I
think it looks great.
From like to be knobby about it, right? The fact that there's some CGI obvious I mean, a man can't fly. It was always going to be CGI, but it looks cartoonish in some aspects. Flying up and fucking lasering to death a bunch of fucking ice agents.
Yeah.
Like that shit. It looks hokey in some places. And I quite like that there's a metatextual element to that, which is like, could it just be argued that a camera is rushing to catch up with how fucking superhuman Superman is? Like with how quick and how fast moving he is. The world has never seen power to his extent before.
Maybe.
And it's just nice. I think I don't mind a cartoony feel, given that it's a fucking comic book movie.
Yeah.
It feels appropriate, and I think it looks good. I think it looks like it's a really well shot movie.
I think so too.
They use a bunch of wide lenses, which are really fucking cool and look awesome. That he started doing since Guardians 3, I think. Or no, since Suicide Squad. I just think I like James Gunn. I like the way James Gunn makes things look.
I do too. I don't think it looks bad at all. I think it looks good.
I think it's something that's visually different, and people might not have been ready for it, and therefore think it's bad because it's not what they're used to.
But I think I often have different opinions on what people think looks good and bad. Though, like,
what do you mean?
I don't know. Are you
on the wrong side of history for?
Maybe, but I never tend to agree with all your mates or whatever the fuck they're saying. So.
That is true, and they are all my mates.
All your mates, yeah.
Yeah. I would like to speak about the changes to the Kryptonian origin.
I would like to speak about Crypto.
Oh yeah, how have we not spoken about the fucking dog yet?
Yeah, I love Crypto. Crypto's great. I love that he's such a dick.
Yes, he's an asshole of a dog.
he's just a bit of an unruly dog who Clark cannot control at all, and it kind of makes sense, like at the end of the movie, why that is as well. But yeah, I think it's great. I fucking love Crypto.
That dog received no training, no training whatsoever.
No. Yeah,
yeah, man, that dog's good. There's I like Crypto in it. I think Crypto's like it's. I
love this scene where they get in the terrific ship or whatever, and then he just climbs in Lois's lap. Like
she's so cute.
She's about to fly off,
and she's like, "No, okay, fuck it, why not?"
And then the scene on the farm where he's just sat on Clark's chest when he's in bed. Oh, it's sweet, man. It's cute.
You never been woken up by a dog like that? It's the cutest.
I have, yeah.
It's amazing.
It's very cute.
My dog is way too big to do that. And she has on occasion, jumped on me, and I've just immediately taken a shot to the fucking nuts. Like,
now imagine that, but your dog is super powered and super strong, okay, and can fly. Okay.
I did like there was a moment where Mr. Terrific's like, why the fuck did you bring the dog? And he was like, I didn't want him to eat my parents' cows. That's the most Superman fucking sentence ever uttered. Like
it is, and I love the fact that the dog just keeps playing fetch with all the little, the little like fucking camera balls,
T-spheres,
the drones and everything that are flying around. Yeah, it was a great. The T-spheres thing was like a great setup for like the drone thing later on and stuff.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Absolutely. Really good. What I will say while we're talking about like T-spheres and stuff, Mr. Terrific.
Yes.
Oh my God,
Darwin from X-Men First Class.
I know you know this guy from For All Mankind, right?
He's in For All
Mankind.
Said that
before,
yeah. He's great in For All Mankind. Yeah.
He's he's great in this. He's so cool.
He's great. Yeah, he's very cool. Yeah,
he's very, very, very cool.
Very
cool. What do you think of his? It's a James Gunn staple at this point.
It's very James Gunn scene. Like that is I saw that scene. I was like, oh yeah, that's the James Gunn.
We're about to go on a James Gunn scene. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, good song though. I like that 5 Years Time song. It's good.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear it. I was surprised to hear a Noah and the Whale song in the year 2025.
Isn't that the one song you can play on ukulele?
It's the one song everyone can play on the ukulele. Anyone that owns a ukulele can only play one song, and it's that.
Don't own a ukulele.
Well, there you go. So there you go. We've solved this mystery.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can because it's 3 chords.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a great scene. Mr. Terrific's just awesome in this.
Mr. Terrific's great. Yeah, I do love the very like he's he's like very much annoyed at everyone in the movie, but like not because he's not like, oh, I'm so smart and everyone else is so dumb. It's just like, yeah, he is that, but like he just wants people to be as smart as him just because it would be easier, basically. He's so annoyed how people just don't get stuff, really, which is, I don't know, there's something very funny about that.
I saw an interview where he was saying something to the effect of like, the way I approached, or the way he approached playing it was very much like, how isolating would it be to be a million times smarter than literally every single person on the planet?
Yeah.
Right? And so he sat there, and like normal conversations that he can already see the ending outcome to, he has to sit there and endure. And he said like the world is so boring to him. I just think that's such an awesome fucking, like, it's an awesome way to approach it.
That's
like,
great. Yeah.
And he's like, he's just done with other people. Like Lex Luthor's got this. Lex Luthor's got this like this amassing of just lackeys in his little board room.
Yeah.
And they're all just a bunch of people with like a bunch of weird hate boners for Superman.
Yeah.
And then like one of them grows a tiny bit of a fucking morality complex at the end. And he's like, I can help you with this. And he's like, I don't need your damn help. I'm Mr. Terrific. It's so fucking good.
It's great. It's great.
All right. The Krypton changes.
Bradley Cooper? What the fuck?
Yeah.
At first,
go forth and...
At first I was like, is that Bradley Cooper? Like, what the fuck? And it is Bradley Cooper. And I was like, the fuck is he saying? I don't understand a word this cunt say. He's speaking Krypton. Apparently Krypton is a different language now, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
Which makes sense, I guess. Like,
I mean, yeah, it does check out, doesn't it? Like,
makes sense it'd be an entirely different alien language, like, but...
They wouldn't just speak Earth English.
No, they wouldn't.
The one corner of a planet they've like never considered before, and like only less than like 10% of the population speak it.
It's great. It was great. It was look, it's different. Yeah, it's very different. But like it's not something that's unheard of. It's not something that's not been done before. I've seen a few Snyder dickheads been like, how dare you ruin the legacy of Jor-El? Like, all right, first of all, Marlon Brando ruined the legacy of Jor-El, okay? By sullying the name of the character when he chose to play him, all right? Second of all right, this has been done before. This is not like a James Gunn invention or anything like that. This is 100% been done. But the reason I like it is purely for the fucking final scene in the movie. Is just it gets me and it fucking fills me with a warm and fuzzy feeling. I like the fact I love the fact it comes back to that. I'm hesitant to call it found family because it's not. It's just his family.
It's his family.
He lived with them and stuff, but it is the same sort of sense, like the sense of
it's his Earth family, his adoptive family, like
but the sense of like it's hesitant to use this phrase because it's a phrase that is often misquoted, but the phrase of blood's thicker than water, but which people often use to say like your family is more important than friends and stuff, but the phrase is actually blood's thicker than water when something. I can't remember the full phrase, but it basically means the opposite of what people actually say it is.
Oh, okay,
basically.
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, the full phrase actually means the exact opposite of it. Yeah,
blood's thicker than water, unless that water is your boys.
Let me look it up.
All right, we're pulling a live quote, everyone.
Thicker than water, but
I'm going to talk to everyone so I don't have to cut this. Nathan's pulling up a quote.
The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Okay, so like the blood of the covenant, your friends, your friendships that you make is thicker than the water of the womb, who you just happen to be related to. You know,
right? Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That's where the saying comes from. So yeah, I love the sense that Clark had this idea of his Krypton parents, of this message and this new life they gave him, and it was incomplete. There was parts of it missing, and once he found out what that is, it really kind of changed a lot for him. It changed the perspective. The beginning of the movie opens with him rewatching his parents' message whilst, Alan Tudyk, who's essentially just K2SO again, by the way.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Is like, oh, this message soothes him. It helps him. It makes him feel better. And it's his parents' message, like, my son, you will go to Earth, breathe the yellow sun, and blah, 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 blah. And all that kind of shit. And then the end of the movie, it's the same thing. Oh, do you like to play your parents' message? It soothes him. And then it's just footage from his childhood and just like home videos with with the Kents and everything like that. And it's just so beautiful seeing that change in perspective, seeing how, like, just because he's got the blood of Kryptonian in him, that his family on Earth are now more important than the Kryptonian family have ever been to him. And I think it's just really beautiful, I think.
I agree. I think it's a narrative change that, like, I'm not a big Superman fan. I've never read a Superman comic in my life.
Yeah.
Right? Like I didn't really grow up on the animated TV show that a lot of people did.
Yeah.
I just have no nostalgia for Superman, but I'm interested in the character on a surface level. So when they did this change, it wasn't until I was out the cinema that and I saw people online being like, what a radical shakeup. And I'm like, really? It seemed fine. It seemed like it narratively fit really well in the movie. Like, I was aware it was not the standard take.
It's not the standard take. No, it's not. It's not something that's like oft done, really.
Yeah, but like it works because it
works. Yeah,
it creates a Superman character that has to carve his own path out and even further push back against the tide. Yeah. Like, that's interesting, and also I think what it narratively lets out, maybe from a slightly selfish point of view for James Gunn, it clearly lets him work through some fucking issues that he may have had with, like, the whole seeing one thing and immediately fucking losing your mind over it, and like throwing people's entire personality to the wind because they maybe said one nasty thing 10 years ago out of context.
Yeah,
like it's about cancel culture, and it's no secret that Lex's monkeys just typing out endless hashtags trashing him is clearly what he thought about the internet at that time. So,
yeah, 100%.
I think that's cool. I just think it's an art. Imagine a way that James Gunn was able to reference his own cancellation and his thoughts on cancel culture in a fucking Superman movie. I would not have thought that would be possible.
Yeah, I think it's so much more than just the cancel culture thing, though. Like, it's the cancel culture thing isn't necessarily the first thing that came to my mind. That's more of an afterthought to me. Like, it's the main sort of, I don't know, bread and butter of it is the just I don't know, just the sense of family that Clark is able to find. And, like, not that he hasn't already had it, but I think before that he was probably more so, and maybe this will go to what you're saying about, like, him, like, maybe wanting more from the Kents, and then Clark can, like, not visit them as much. Maybe he was more so focused on his Kryptonian parents than his Earth parents and stuff. Maybe he had that. Probably never something he said out loud, but maybe just because there was always a sense of mystery and a sense of longing about them, he always, like, kind of had that kind of higher image of his Kryptonian parents than his
they represent
his Earth
a higher
parents.
Calling kind of thing.
Yeah, and then once that kind of that myth was washed away, once it came to, like, what was actually the case, then he was able to really see all the fucking amazing things his Earth parents had done for him and given him, and really he was able to get a sense of that, which is I don't know, but I think I just like it.
I don't disagree with any of that. I think it's plain to see that intention as well, just in the juxtaposition of a cold recorded message, a very impersonal and dismal and plain, down to the clothing, just white costumes, which look really fucking cool, by the way. But that, like, just that message soothed him before, and what soothes him now is, like, a lifetime of childhood memories filled with laughter and love and cuddling with your parents. Like, it's way cuter. It's way nicer and more wholesome.
For me, the most interesting thing about the Krypton stuff, the Kryptonian parents and stuff, is where it leaves Supergirl. Okay.
Yeah.
For me, that's the most interesting thing, because if you don't know, Supergirl is older than Clark. Okay.
Yeah.
Supergirl was like, she's his older cousin. She's like about 10, 15 years, depending on the version of stuff, older than him. And she was sent to Earth at the same time as him. But on the way there, shenanigans happened. She got caught in the Phantom Zone, ended up stumbling through that for a lot of years. Eventually wound up on Earth, but she was still the same age as whilst Clark aged and grew up 30 years or whatever, she remained 15 or whatever while she was in the Phantom Zone, because time moves differently there or whatever.
Yeah.
So she arrives on Earth many, many years after Clark, who's now grown up and he's Superman in a lot of cases. Sometimes it can be different again, depending on the version. And then she has to then spend the rest of her time growing up and stuff. But because of this, she would have left Krypton with that potentially that same ideology, that same sense of that same ideology that the House of L had. So
yeah,
interesting to see where that puts it. I mean, look, the small bit we get of Supergirl is great. I fucking love the drunk Supergirl kind of vibes that we get at the end there. You know, Clark says that she spends her times on red sun planets so she can drink and stuff, clearly drinking away like a lot of troubles and stuff. But yeah, I'm interested to see how that all plays out. They might not ever come up again. I don't know. It might never. It could potentially never come up, but I don't know. It's interesting to me.
I'm certainly interested in seeing where it goes. I think Millie Alcock's great. I think she's from what little we saw. I'm very intrigued as to this thing of Supergirl. It was only recently that I found out this stuff about Supergirl. I was very much of the impression that I didn't realize a lot of people are saying that essentially the CW Supergirl is just a gender swapped Superman.
Yeah, very much so. CW Supergirl is like it's Superman, but he's a girl.
Yeah. Which is like I just thought that was what it was. So that was what, to be honest, kind of why I'm never really that interested in Supergirl. Like I've seen Superman. Like it feels like the same character, but no, to learn it's not is very narratively interesting for me. I'm excited to see where it goes. I did see one tweet followed by 1 million people like sending gifs of like spraying someone with water, and it was a picture of Supergirl, and it said, "Do you think she has a harem?"
Okay.
Like, isn't that a lovely little secret harem out there? Okay. But yeah, all right. Yeah, no, I don't care about the narrative change. I think it's cooler. I think the opportunities that it opens up are more narratively interesting than just like, guess what? Another good guy exists. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Boring.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the Engineer and Ultraman?
Ultraman was the most straightforward thing. Like that's exactly what I thought Ultraman was going to be. Like there was never any part where I thought Ultraman was going to be anything different, and where as soon as the mask came off I was like, yeah, of course, that makes perfect sense.
I didn't think about it at first, and then when Clark was like, you must have had my DNA, I'm like, oh, okay, he's got a clone. He's got a Superman clone.
Yeah.
I quite like. I think it's. I think they're characters in the Engineer as well. I think they're kind of unfortunately characters that are interesting but don't get a lot of play. Don't get really a lot of movies not dedicated to them. They're just kind of there to be the people to punch.
Yeah, they are really. They're just foils for Superman at the end of the day.
Yeah. You could have done something a bit more with like Lex literally needs to rely on the tools of metahumans, and the only person that can beat Superman is Superman. And Lex needs to have some sort of control over a version of Superman to stroke his fucking ego. Like,
there really could have been. There's something very narratively interesting about the fact that he hates Superman so much, and yet he has a clone version of him at his beck and call. Yeah. What does he do to that clone? Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. There's gonna be some weird shit going on, and if this was The Boys, you'd see that weird shit probably as well.
You would.
You'd like fucking dominate him in some weird fucking sexual kink way or whatever. Like,
mate, there's like he's pushing pencil pots off of his like desk.
Yeah,
like fucking employees and stuff, just so that just so he can exercise some power of them. What the fuck do you think he does with a willing and compliant fucking Superman slave?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's it adds such an interesting little detail when he actually just walks Ultraman around and gets him to like bring him tea and like gets him to bring him coffee and shit like that. It's like, God, you, even though no one knows, to stroke your own ego and soothe your fucking fragile little mind, you have to have a version of Superman that's at your beck and call. It's the definition of pathetic.
Yeah, it really is. And I like that he's been studying Superman, and he's got essentially the playbook of like how he fights and stuff. So he's fucking studied it so much that he's worked it out to a series of commands like B-15, C-32 or whatever. Yeah. And then that's how Ultraman just fucking responds and does this and that or whatever. Ultraman's 100% going to become Bizarro Superman though, isn't
he? Yeah, because he flew into some void or something.
He went into will that be some version of the Phantom Zone? Who fucking knows? But yeah, he'll come out of there. He'll get, I don't know if he'll get a suit or whatever, but he'll 100% be Bizarro. I mean, he kind of already is Bizarro Superman, basically.
Pretty much,
but
yeah, just an evil, mindless Superman, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Something I wanted to bring up from Talking Pictures, just because I do fucking really made me crack up, right? David brings up a phenomenal point about how there's a pivotal scene in the showdown where Superman's kind of on the outs and Lex has him pinned through Ultraman, and he keeps going 1A, 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 1A.
Yeah.
Right. And David posits the theory that 1A seems to be, numerically and alphabetically the first. And it seems like the first thing Superman programmed into Ultraman was punch him in the face. That's like the first thing he wanted to put on his little board. What if someone could punch him in the face? Which I thought was very, very fun.
That's very fun.
I don't really have too much to say other than my last point, which is about Batman, which will lead us into another happy question.
You wanted to talk about Batman, yeah.
I did. So, people want Robert Pattinson's Batman to be the Batman of this world.
People are wrong and stupid. Okay?
I so agree.
Yes.
I think for different reasons, because I think you want to eradicate that world entirely, and I want it separately as its own thing to never touch this space.
I think that world should die. Okay.
Well, this is a rare instance where we both agree on the right outcome, but just for vastly different reasons.
But my feelings on that aside, though, that version, that world does not fit into this one at all.
No.
There is no, and I know the idea of Batman and Superman is they are supposed to be a contrast. They are 100% supposed to have different feels and different vibes. And yes, these two do very much so have different feels and vibes. And Robert Pattinson is very much a contrast to David Corenswet. But you cannot tell me that the Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne exists in a world where metahumans have existed for 300 years. No fucking chance.
It's just not. Yeah.
No, it's just no. That would be like watching fucking The Godfather and then telling me that, oh, by the way, sometimes there's giant monsters that walk around the city and then a man in pants comes and punches him. Okay, just no, that just does not happen. Okay,
I'm so glad to hear you say that, because one of my literal notes here says I understand that there is a point to the juxtaposition of Batman and Superman. Right, I get it. But to do either one of these adaptations faithfully, as they've been set up, Superman in the world that James Gunn has built, Batman in the world that Matt Reeves has built, right?
Yes.
To do either one of them, to combine those two things, one of them's getting watered down.
Yeah.
One of them has to, because it's just not... like, you've made your bed. You put Batman in a world which you disagree with, right? And to be honest, even as a concept, I'm not, like, overly keen on a version of Batman that is this fundamentally fucking grounded and gritty and realistic.
It's dog shit.
Yeah, no, because it's not dog shit. You know it's a good movie.
It sucks.
But okay, well then, why don't everyone go and listen to our AHP episode on it and see if Nathan's thoughts...
Oh, a man can't grow?
Regress, I think, is the word you're looking for. Look, man, we both have our thoughts on the movie, but fundamentally, I'm glad we can stand hand in hand as just don't let the Batman touch this world. I want to see a different I want to see another take on Batman that is embracing this world. Do you not? Like, that's
I 100% do. Yeah. I want to look. I do not want the Batman of this world to be fucking stuck in an armored suit and he can't fly and he can't glide or what? Not he doesn't fly, he can glide or whatever.
Barely glide.
He's got barely glide. Only when he gets his fucking flight, fucking whatever that fucking thing is.
Then he gets hit by a bus.
And then he gets hit by a bus. Whose fucking Riddler is a weird fucking Twitch streamer Zodiac killer thing.
Yeah.
Like, no. Give me a man in a green bowler hat. What are you doing? All right? Fuck off with that shit, man.
And that's the shit that you could never do. If you put Robert Pattinson's Batman in this world, you just obliterate any potential. And also, like, I'll be honest, I don't want to
Robert Pattinson's Batman cannot fight a big monster.
No, he can't. He can't.
He just can't.
He'd die.
If that... Look, my thoughts on that movie aside, okay, like to have the Batman 2022 or whatever the fuck it is play out, and then in the next movie to have him running around with Superman jumping off buildings and fighting a big kaiju monster in the fucking streets or whatever.
Yeah.
Tonal whiplash, okay?
Yes.
Does not gel at all with fucking that movie, all right?
Yeah.
No, stupid.
I think just stay the hell away from it. Stay the hell away from it. Let Matt Reeves do his thing, and it's there for people that want to watch it. I definitely do, and you definitely
let
don't.
him not do his thing. Fire him.
No, don't fire him. He's a good filmmaker and does good stuff.
Let him make more Apes movies.
No, yeah, I mean, definitely still let him make more Apes movies, for sure. But I think narratively he might want to explore different horizons than just a million Apes movies.
Nah, just let him keep doing Apes movies.
Yeah, man. All right, so, if you're done on Superman, I would love to tell us about a segment.
Was there anything else?
There's two things I want to say. You go first.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to think. So you go.
Okay. This movie is the first movie that has profoundly affected me as a father since having my son.
For fuck's sake. Okay.
Right? No, it has, right? Because shut the fuck up, by the way. Like, I'm allowed to feel stuff.
I tell you what, if this becomes a recurring thing, I'm fucking hell. Like,
No, it's not going to. It's just because this is the first time. This is the first movie I've seen.
Best job in the world.
I didn't say any of that. I didn't
I'm a father. Oh, as a father. Oh.
Fuck off. I didn't say anything.
I see the world differently now as a father. Oh.
You kind of do.
Grow up, man.
Right.
Who cares?
Listen. There's two things. One, right, little baby Joey.
Yeah, kind of ugly baby.
A very ugly baby, but
yeah.
He was in peril, and I literally, right, I made this joke to my wife when I was walking through the doors of the cinema. I was on the phone to her, and I could hear my son, right, making a little cooing noise over the phone, right, and I said, "Bye, little dude." I said, I can't wait to go and watch a movie and not think about you for 2 hours. Right,
Real.
because my entire day had been spent looking after him prior to me going to the cinema. Right, it was a little off the cuff joke, and I was so certain that the world of Superman would sweep me up, and I would just not consider my son, my real life son, for 2 hours while I was in that movie.
Okay,
right.
I can safely say I did not think about your son once while watching the movie.
That, I'm glad about that. Being honest.
All right.
But there was a specific little cry that baby Joey did. And I don't know if they just got a real baby's cry, right?
I mean, probably. Yeah.
And I'm not joking, because he was like scared of something, that something was happening, like Metamorpho, is that his name, the character?
Yeah, Metamorpho, yeah.
Yeah, like he did something and little baby Joey cried, right? And I'm not joking, I'm so embarrassed by this, because it was a packed cinema, I burst into tears. And I was just like, he's a little baby, man. Like, you can't put him in peril like this. And I was so moved by it, inexplicably. And it was
I was moved when he wanted to save the dog, personally.
Oh, I mean, the dog is also cute. Yeah. I'm glad that the dog was.
That's what moved me.
And then there's another line, an amazing line about fucking Pa Kent says to Clark, like, it's not the parents' job to tell their kids who they are. It's their job to give them the tools to let them make fools of themselves or something.
Beautiful moment.
Yeah. Another Pa Kent moment. I was like, God, I would have loved a few more scenes of this. But yeah, good stuff.
And he didn't die. He didn't have to die as well.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Nice.
He'll die eventually.
Maybe not. No, he doesn't always.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't.
I would like to see that. I like this man.
I think we will. I think that's what this version's going to be.
Yeah.
Which is quite sick.
They look like real parents as well. It's not Kevin Costner and some other model or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
they look like real parents in like a realistic farmhouse as well. Not some massive fucking like 18-acre fucking farm field mansion or whatever.
We're just a couple of struggling farmers.
We're just some struggling farmers with this fucking $5 million fucking farmhouse.
No, Clark had a little box room. I thought it was really sweet, really cute. Also, the kindness is the new punk rock. Like that.
Kindness is the new punk rock. Yeah, fucking
phenomenal.
Sick.
Yeah,
phenomenal. I've seen a lot of memes since this movie, just being like the promo photos of David Corenswet, like as Superman, smiling, arms folded, doing the classic pose and everything like that. And then the caption is like something like, the masculine urge to be a better person, or like the masculine urge to embrace kindness and inspire hope in others and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I fucking love this, man. If this is the new movement, if being kind is the new movement, then fuck yes, that's sick. I love that so much, you know?
That'd be awesome, man. Imagine a Superman movie that inspires greatness in the world.
Exactly. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
It's the mission statement, isn't it? It's literally the mission statement of the film.
And 100% is. And you saved that squirrel.
They did save the squirrel.
I fucking I love the fact that this is a little thing kind of. There's like in the trailers and like in our fucking very first look at David Corenswet as Superman in the suit. He's like in his apartment and there's like a big thing in the background, like over Metropolis. And we're like, oh, what's this big thing? And the trailers were like, oh, he's gearing up to go and fight the big thing. Like he has a moment with Lois before he goes off to fight the big thing. But in the movie, he just doesn't bother with it all. It's just in the background and you can see the Justice Gang just fighting it while he's just talking to Lois. And he'll occasionally glance out the window just checking on it, but then he'll just keep talking to Lois and stuff. I think that's great. I think
he's checking they've got it. Guy Gardner's hitting it with a bat.
Yeah, you see a big green bat just whacking it.
I love the concept of like the whole Green Lantern thing is like the only limits is your imagination, but Guy Gardner just fundamentally can't think of anything interesting enough other than just like, what if I hit it with a bat?
What if I hit it with a big bat? Yeah.
What if I use my fist to make a slightly bigger fist?
I think Guy Gardner was great. I love his silly little bowl cut. I really enjoy the joke where he just gives away Superman's identity, like to Lois, who knows it, but it's still very
she easily
funny.
Couldn't have known it.
Yeah, very funny. I was just like, oh, so you know Clark Kent's Superman, right? And she's like, dude, what the fuck?
Come on, man.
Yeah. Very funny.
If fucking Isabella Merced having a
Isabella Merced, great. And another character I'd like to see more of. Again, doesn't have much to do with the movie, but she killed the president of Israel, so that's pretty sick.
That's pretty good. She screams, which I think is
cool. Yeah. Would have liked to have seen more from her. I think she'll be in Peacemaker,
Yeah, I could see her slotting into that world.
I think she is. She's in the trailer.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched the trailer for Peacemaker.
Yeah, I think her and Guy Gardner, maybe. From in the trailer. They're interviewing Peacemaker or whatever.
Oh, awesome! That's cool.
Yeah.
I think mate, I like Isabella Merced. I think she's got a great screen presence. She does. She's an interesting performer. I'm very excited to see what she does next.
Yeah. She's very cool. Very cool.
Very cool. Very swag.
I'm very excited to see more from this world. I guess this is the first we've seen of DC and this new iteration of DC. I guess. So I'm excited to see what comes next. Very excited to see Supergirl. I think that's going to be the next one. Supergirl.
Yeah, James Gunn put a poster out, 2026 Supergirl, and they've crossed out the look up for look out.
Yeah, and I think, because I saw that and I thought it wasn't real. I thought it was like a weird Boss Logic thing or something, because the suit in that picture, I'm 99% sure is different than the suit in the movie.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The belt is different than the skirt.
The belt and the skirt are different, yeah. So, but that's probably from the actual movie then, I guess, which would have possibly been redesigned.
They've almost certainly just tweaked it minorly.
I mean, this was just like a cameo or whatever, so 100%.
Still though,
fine.
Millie Alcock looks great in the suit. Looks cool.
Millie Alcock looks great. Yeah, she looks good. The coat is different as well. But
is the coat different? Okay,
I think the coat is different as well. Yeah,
I did like that. She's just apparently there's just no other option. She has to wear the Supergirl suit, but she's wearing like a fuck ugly rain Mac or something over the top of it as well.
yeah. Maybe it doesn't have a cape.
Maybe
I've seen people talking about like James Gunn talking about how like he doesn't wear his suit under his clothes because there's no like shirt opening scene or whatever.
Oh yeah,
there's nothing like that. He says like it doesn't really make sense. Like the suit's probably too bulky for that, really. And like James Gunn imagines he just keeps it in his briefcase, I guess, which is fine.
We didn't speak to each other about this. What do you think of the suit and the look?
Like it for the most part.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on board with like 90% of it, 95% of it. Crest is the only issue for me. I don't like the crest.
Oh, you don't like the S.
I don't like the emblem. No. I love the fact that it's on the back of the cape. That's sick. Bring that back. Love that. I love the trunks, the bell. Love everything about the suit. Just it's not an S. it's a slash through the middle of it, okay?
Yeah.
It's like you can kind of see how it is an S, kind of, if you squint, but
they're relying on you knowing it's an S.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not really an S. And I know people will be like, oh, but it's not, it's the House of L. Yeah, but it's supposed to look like an S, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing, okay?
Yeah.
It's supposed to look like an S, all right?
I like the suit. I think David Corenswet wears it really well. I think I don't know why, on an actor that's maybe less boxy of a build, this could look awful.
Yes,
it's a bizarre suit, and it's a different take. It feels, it kind of looks like it has like a rubbery texture to it. Like it looks like it's bulky. At first, I was not a fan of the bulk. I thought, this is weird. Why can I see so many wrinkles in it? It doesn't look good. And then I thought the alternative is the MCU Spider-Man look, where there's just not a crease to be seen. And I thought, I don't want that either.
Yeah.
And I think in the movie the suit holds up really, really well. I think David Corenswet wears it nicely when he's walking and the cape's flowing and his boots are there. I'm like, God, this looks great.
This is another reason why I don't want Robert Pattinson's Batman to exist with this Superman, because we have a Superman in a suit that looks this good, and then you're gonna put him up against a Batman in that absolute fucking dog shit suit. Are you kidding me?
I will say,
fuck off with that shit.
I will say, I don't know what the fuck I said in our episode, but I don't like the Robert Pattinson Batman suit.
I don't know. Give comic book fucking suit. Give him the trunks as well.
Yeah.
Give him a clothy suit, big leather cape, blue and grey or whatever. Fucking none of this all black bullshit
It's just
anymore.
too armored and boring.
Yes, a clothy suit, white eyes. It's time. Do the white eyes, you cowards.
They should never do the eyes for Robert Pattinson. The white eyes.
Fuck about that. They can do what they want in them. I don't care. All right.
You just let us keep it.
In the one that matters, white eyes.
Fuck
all right?
me.
All right.
Yeah, man. I think the suit looks good. I think when he stood still was when it looks worse, because you can look at it a bit more.
I don't think it ever looks bad, really.
Not in the movie. I'm talking like promotional material and stuff. But
I think it looks good in promo material. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, apart from the crest. Not a fan of the crest. But.
Not a fan of the crest. Nathan, is it time for this? Hang on. I realised I fucked this up because I have to ask you, is it time for this before I tell you what this is?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Another happy question. Nathan, it's the time of the show where we ask each other a question. This week, I asked you the bold question. The brave and the bold, you might even say.
The brave and the bold.
Oh, this is something, by the way. Everyone wait for the question for a sec. Apparently, the Batman movie that James Gunn is wanting to make is directed by Andy Muschietti and is the Brave and the Bold storyline, which would make Bruce Wayne quite significantly older than Superman, correct?
I don't know. Brave and the Bold.
Isn't it where Damian Wayne, who I believe is the last Robin, is...
Damian Wayne is the last Robin, but that they could skip the other Robins.
Oh, they could just go like, fuck you, he's 30 and he's got a teenage son or whatever.
That would be weird, though.
Yeah, see, I think I read that like people are a little bit like, I kind of don't want to see an early year Superman with an old Batman.
Yeah, they did say... Didn't he say it was going to be based on Batman versus Robin? I read that wrong somewhere.
I know that when he did his... You know when they held James Gunn up at the wall at gunpoint and said, tell him the slate? He said it was Batman, Brave and the Bold.
I think the artwork they used might have been from Batman versus Robin. I'm not sure. If it's the one with Damian Wayne with the sword, I think that's from Batman versus Robin.
I vaguely recall a sword.
Yeah, maybe, but he's always got a sword, though.
Oh.
That would be... Yeah,
weird, right?
I'd kind of want a younger Bruce Wayne. Yeah, I think similar, a contemporary to Clark. Yeah, early 30s sort of thing. You know,
especially if you're going to make that like position between them. Like, you don't want a fatherly Bruce Wayne to Superman.
No, and also like
Clark's got like 5 dads as it is,
and also like casting wise, like we're gonna cast a dude in his like late 40s, 50s as Batman. Like,
I mean, they did, how old was Ben Affleck? But then it showed.
Exactly.
He felt old.
Yeah.
And sluggish and slow in scenes.
I don't know. Look, in answer to another happy question, an unknown.
Yeah. I could get on board with that. Yeah,
cast. That's why auditions exist. Okay,
that's so true. Yeah,
that's why they hold auditions. Don't just be like, what about this? What if you got someone to read for the part? All right. What if you did your job and find someone who could fucking play the part well?
Yeah. What if it didn't automatically go to Glenn Powell?
Yeah. This is why fucking fan casting shit does my head in a lot of times, because I'm like, just audition people, find the best person for the part.
Yeah. That gave us Lex Luthor. Nick Holt went up for Superman and almost got Superman.
Yeah. I saw them do a polygraph where he was like, I could play it better than you, or whatever.
Oh, what was the answer?
They did like a polygraph, and like David, and how real are these? Who knows? But like David Corenswet asked him like, because you auditioned for Superman, was there any part of you whilst we were doing scenes together where you thought I could have done that better than you did? And he answered yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, fair fucks. You got to hand it to him. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, don't catch me out in a lie, mate. I'll just tell you honestly.
And then like David Corenswet shook his hand. It was like good stuff.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So the unknown. I don't know who I would fucking like. I've not got my finger on the pulse of a bunch of Nathan. Let's do Nathan.
I'll play Batman.
You could be Clark's contemporary. You're born in the same year.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm younger than him.
Interesting to your point where you were like, they're going to cast like a 40-year-old as Bruce Wayne. By the time they probably get round to using Superman again, or no, probably not using Superman again. By the time that this thing gets a sequel,
he'll be in Supergirl probably.
Oh yeah, he probably would be in Supergirl. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that's the other thing that terrifies me about how I think Marvel's burned me on this, where like you wait like on average about 6 years for a sequel to a character's solo movie now.
Yeah.
It's like we're going to be 3 movies in before David Corenswet's in his 50s.
Like, I hope that's not the case.
I really do. I really hope it's not.
Yeah.
But he's also got so many characters to flesh out and build. But then again, it's not all James Gunn, is it?
No, it's not. It's not. And I don't think it'll, continue at the pace of 1 movie a year or whatever. So
no, but I think the first couple of years he's going to be out the gate swinging.
Yeah.
Establish a love for it. We will see. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Very early days so far.
Yeah.
Oh, also, thingy is Rick Flag's dad.
Rick
Flag Senior is
what's he called? Frank?
Captain America's mate. Frank Grillo.
Frank Grillo, that's it, yeah.
Yeah. He fought Captain America in an elevator.
He did. And you just know, and I don't know this for a fact, but Frank Grillo's the kind of guy you look at and go, I know who you voted for.
Oh, really?
Does he not give you like fucking conservative nut job vibes?
Not really. No.
Really? Maybe my radar's off.
I think it's just because you've seen him as villainous roles.
No, not for his villainous roles, but like he looks like that kind of guy. Like he's a jacked guy in his 50s. Like he just, I don't know, that specific flavor of man typically is a Trump voter.
I don't know. I know next to nothing about him. So
let us not speculate then.
Yeah. He could be the most left-wing person for all I know. He could be the most right-wing person for all I know. I don't know. That being said, I don't really think James Gunn would be that happy to work with him if he was aggressively right-wing. James Gunn is you look at his fucking Twitter profile, mate. He's very clearly a left-leaning person, Like,
do you reckon Frank Grillo was making this and just had no idea about the anti-fucking Israel themes of the movie?
I'm not casting these forwards on. I don't know this man, okay?
Someone's going to come at me and be like, Frank Grillo's actually really progressive. He donates all his money to these charities and all of this.
He could do for all you know.
Well, I hope he does.
What else was I going to say?
Prove me wrong, Frank Grillo.
What? Why are you putting this on Frank Grillo? What's your beef with Frank Grillo?
I don't even mind him. I think he's a cool guy.
All right.
Is there anything you want to discuss before we fuck off for another extended period of time?
He's 60. Fucking hell.
He's the fucking good 60.
He's a good 60. That's insane.
That's a 60 I would have pegged at like early 50s.
Yeah.
And he'd be a good early 50s as well.
Frank Grillo politics.
We're going to get to the bottom of this.
Frank Grillo's political views are not explicitly stated in his public persona or online presence, but he has expressed some opinions and preferences on social media. He has shared thoughts on race and equality, particularly in the context of Senegal and the United States. According to his Instagram, he has also jokingly mentioned moving to Italy if Donald Trump became president.
Ah, fantastic.
See, there you was, casting aspersions. All right.
There we go. I shouldn't judge people.
Oh.
I shouldn't judge people by how they look. That's how we get Trump supporters, Nathan. God damn. All right, well, I've learned a lot about myself.
Well, there you go.
Right, I have no outro because I didn't write it down and I forgot to go and find it from any of the last episodes. But we typically say something about... I don't even fucking know. We just plug shit normally, but we're not going to plug stuff now.
We don't need to plug shit. Just plug the Patreon.
Yeah.
Still Got Legs. Patreon.com/StillGotLegs. AnotherHappyStudios.com/Patreon. Hire me. I'm available for work.
Nathan's available for work. I'm also available for work.
Yeah, but I'm more so than he is. So don't worry about that.
That's actually true. My plate's a bit full at the moment.
Yeah, so mine is
Nathan's
empty,
plate's empty.
Yeah, I need work. I want to quit my job, and
Nathan.
I might.
No, he's threatening.
Trust me, I might. I'm so close.
Nathan has a singular
and I'm
P
not
on
financially
his plate.
stable enough to quit it. Yeah, but that won't stop me.
So that's two prongs. Firstly, get Nathan some work, and secondly, donate to the Patreon.
Hire me. I'll edit your podcast or whatever.
He will. You should do more. You should do more than just podcasts.
Yeah, I'll edit you.
No. Oh, no.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
In a good way or a bad way?
Well, only one way to find out, brother.
Someone's got to pay you.
Someone's got to pay. Whoa, that was an hour 40.
Fucking hell.
Like Superman says, punk rock is... No, wait. Being nice. Being kind is punk rock.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm a punk rocker.
Yes, I am.
Anyway, see you later, kids. Bye.
See you later. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye.